Exposure mode is not the holy grail. This is from the film days when that's all there was. Today we can make use of semi-automatic modes to improve our photography.
Hi, I'm Mick Sadler, and today we're going to talk about manual. A lot of people tell you to get out automatic and you should be in manual. And there's no shortcut to that. There's either automatic or there's manual. Why? A lot of these people are trying to sell you product and you don't need that. We use manual, and we use manual to shoot video, or in the studio you'd use manual. But other times then you use a mixture of that and automatic, or should I say semi-automatic. Now if you're in complete automatic, which is automatic ISO, automatic aperture, automatic shutter speed, then yeah, you don't want to be in that. You don't want to be in that. But there's only really three things for you to learn and to worry about when you're choosing your exposure. First of all is ISO. At high ISO, 800, 1600, 3200, there's going to be a bit of grain. There's going to be a bit of degradation to the image. If you're at 100 ISO, that's a better image. So if you bear that in mind, if you can be towards the lower end, then obviously your file is going to be slightly better. Next thing up is the aperture. The aperture gives you your depth of field, how much you focus. So a f2.8 aperture will give you a short depth of field, whereas an f16 will give you a much bigger depth of field. And so that's all you've got to worry about. Your shutter, a slow shutter will blur moving things. A high shutter speed, 800,000, will freeze the action. So again, you just got to combine those three things. So if you start off with an ISO of say 100, then you say, do I want everything in focus, or do I want a short depth of focus? Is the thing moving? If you want a short depth of focus, then you have a wide open aperture, f2.8, f4, something like that. So you set that, so your ISO and that is set, and you've got to set your shutter. Now, if you're on manual, you've got to work out what shutter speed that is, and in every camera there is a meter. You just have to look through. But in that particular case, you can use aperture priority. So you set aperture priority, you set your aperture, you know your aperture is going to start at 2.8, and then the camera is then going to decide on the shutter speed. You need to have a look and make sure that's high enough for you to make sure your image is sharp. And if it's not high enough, then you increase the ISO. Which by increasing the ISO will increase the shutter speed. So the important thing is to get out fully automatic. The other automatic setting is shutter speed. You can set a shutter speed and the camera will then decide on the aperture. And again, if you're shooting fast moving stuff that you want to freeze the action for, and you want to set the shutter speed to 800th of a second, the camera will then decide on the aperture. And again, you can look inside your viewfinder and you can see what the camera is going to pick. And if the aperture is going to be trying to be too wide, it will show you that you need to change your ISO, reduce the aperture. So really, most people that I know would use manual possibly only half of the time, and the other half of the time they're going to use one of these automatic modes, or semi-automatic, or semi-manual, you could call them. So try and remember those three things, and you won't go too far wrong. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Make any comments down below, and we will see you next time.